Namaste and hello. Donna here to share a chair yoga practice with you. We're trusting that you're all safe and sound, taking care, practicing extreme self-care. And all of the teachers here, we're just hoping that we can support you and be a part of that self-care. So I've been sharing a lot about the fact that we are really focused on our physical bodies, our physical hygiene, maybe even in a little bit of survival mode. And many times when our focus is there, we're not processing our emotions, what is going on a little bit deeper level. So making sure that we're not getting caught up in stories and caught up in fear and worry, because we have to remember that that will only weaken our immune system. So keep doing all of your self-care practices, stay positive, and please take time to just be with everything that is going on right now. And that really is the highest form of yoga, being able to sit with what is without discomfort. So let's begin. We'll come into a tall seat on our chair. Let the hands rest comfortably. A sense of uplift through the spine, right out through the crown of the head. And the chin dropping down slightly to help quiet the brain. Come into this exquisite world to experience ever and ever more deeply our divine courage, our freedom, and our light. And that comes from the Sufi poet Hafiz. We have come into this exquisite world to experience ever and ever more deeply our divine courage, our freedom, and our light. Awareness moving below the level of thought. Tapping in to what is deeper than simply our compulsive thinking minds. The breath flow in to the lungs and filling them up. And then feeling the breath pour out, emptying all the way. And let's just focus on this for about another minute. Deep breath in, we fill the lungs from bottom to top. Pausing at the top and exhaling all Let's receive 2 more breaths here. Releasing the hands down alongside the hips. Let's begin with wrist warming. Any hand movements that can release. You can almost feel that right away. The release of tension in the wrists. As we place our attention there, send some love. We're going to go from wrists right to elbows. So drawing circles with the hands, keeping the upper arms still. And at some point, reverse. Moving from the elbow. Hand moves towards the same shoulder, and we're going to circle the elbows, moving from the shoulder this time. Let's go 3 times in each direction. Heel toe our feet out. Take a little bit wider stance. Maybe come to the edge of the chair. Staying stable, grounded. So we feel the connection to our feet, to our seat. And as we inhale, we're going to turn the palms up and lift at the heart center. As we exhale, right hand inside the right leg, left hand to the sky. Breathe in through center and out as we move into this lateral stretch, which is really awesome for helping us to increase our capacity to breathe. In at center, we're exhaling to each side. One more time. And then releasing hands onto our thighs. Sitting tall, and again, as if our pelvis were a bowl and our spine were the spoon. We're stirring whatever's in the bowl. Yogi's choice. And at some point, reverse. Sitting up nice and tall. Take a moment here. Tip of the nose is going to circle, starting with about a quarter-size circle. And then maybe radiating out. Turning the head so that we feel each side of the neck lengthening. And at top or bottom, reverse this. From this wide-kneed position, we are going to practice internal rotation of the hips and external. So if you're here with me, you've probably done this in class before. And we're just gonna pick our right foot up, step it in. Pick the left foot up, step it in. Out with the right, out with the left. And we're really engaging our core muscles. So this movement comes from this core stability that we're creating. So again, this movement really beneficial for functional movement that we use throughout our day. Stepping over the bathtub edge, maybe getting out of a car, right? Getting out of a chair. Let's step out, out, and in, one more time. Meeting at center. We're gonna practice a little cat-cow. I'm gonna turn the chair so that you have a better view. So I'm gonna come out to the edge of the chair, and we're finding support of our hands on our thighs. We'll sit in neutral spine, taking a breath in. As we exhale, we're rolling to the back of our sit bones and rounding. As we inhale, we roll forward and lift up through the whole front of the body. So our exhale takes us into flexion. Our inhale all the way up into extension. And let's do this without forcing. Just think of it as exploring the movement of your spine. And one more cycle. Exhaling, rounding. Inhaling as we lift. And then we'll stay here, making a firm foundation at our feet, at our seat, to move through a flowing twist. Prayer hands come to heart center. We'll press prayer hands to the sky, and as we exhale, lower the arms. Watch the back of the chair, breathe in and breathe out. Lifting up at center before we rotate. One more time right. One more time left. Reaching up. Let's interlace our fingers. Press the heels of the hands up as we press our seat down. Holding the back of the chair, coming into chest expansion. So just really feel your shoulder blades drawing towards each other, shoulders pressing down and back, beaming some love and light out into the world right now. Neutral spine. We're going to make our way up and turn to face the seat of the chair. Practicing a little sunbird movement. So sunbird movement will involve, again, extension and flexion of our spine, but we add some leg and knee movement. So as we inhale, right foot extends back. We're pressing hands firmly down into the chair. As we exhale, the right knee tucks in and we're rounding our back. Inhale and lengthen out. Exhale, chin towards the chest, knee towards the chest. Let's do 3 more. Breathing in and out and in. We're finding our range of motion. Knowing that we're in a place that is just right. Let's send our right leg out and hold for just 3 breaths. Pressing down, we're lifting the belly up. Inhaling as we bend our knees, circle sweep up to the sky. Whole body stretch. And swan dive down. Left leg. So here we go. We're sending our left foot back behind us, pressing into our hands. And as we exhale, left knee to chest. Inhale, we might gaze forward, front body lengthens. And as we exhale, the back body lengthens. We've got 3 more. At your own pace. And then we hold. So a great way to build strength, using our own body weight. We don't even need fancy gym equipment. 1 more. And release this down. We're going to flow between monkey and forward fold. So as we inhale, we want to really press into the feet and hands. Press our seat back and crown of the head forward. As we exhale, we can soften out of this and find a place to relax. Use your in-breath to come back, opening the hamstrings and the spine. And exhale, soften, sense a letting go. And then 1 more time, breathing in, monkey. Exhaling into forward fold. Let's stay. Releasing anything that blocks our incredible courage, freedom, and light. It's there. Let go of whatever is blocking that. Circle sweep to the sky and release to mountain pose. So I'm going to use the chair back as a support in case I would like that for balance. We're going to come into a flowing chair. So you can practice with or without the chair. We'll be taking a breath in, lifting up. Exhaling, arms can extend, or we could bring hands to the heart. Taking a breath in, sitting nice and strong. We practice keeping a neutral spine. And we sink into our strength. Let's do 2 more. Circle sweeping up and releasing. Stepping our feet wide for sunflowers. Big breath in. As we exhale, 1 hand or both hand, 1 arm or both arms flowing. And our knees are pointing out towards our toes. We're hinging at the hip, keeping our back long and flat. So looking like this as we find our sunflowers. You could even have both hands on the chair. We're working down into warming legs and hips. Not at all mechanical. We're feeling and breathing. Feel something good. And 1 more. Inhaling up and releasing. We'll be using the seat of the chair again for cat-cow movement. Once again, feet are set. Breathing in breathing out. Hands come to the chair. You could also come down to the floor if you prefer that. And we want to be really meticulous about lining up. Ankles, knees, hips, wrists, elbows, shoulders. And then we'll begin to work through the spinal movements of extension as we inhale, and flexion as we exhale. And what you'll find most likely is that with the support under your hands, you can actually work a little more deeply into this cat-cow movement, into flexion and extension. So yoga really focuses on the spine and keeping all of your spinal movements open and flexible. You're only as young as your spine is flexible. As one of my favorite teachers says. One more time. And then we're going to release to neutral spine. Step our feet back into downward facing dog. You might need to adjust where you're at. There's a little bend in our knees and we're pressing our hips to the wall behind us. Feeling nice and long through our back. If we need more support, we could come closer to the chair. And if it feels too intense, we might use the back of the chair. A little less movement there, but still beautifully opens the spine. Breathe in and out. Let's inhale forward, finding any variation of plank. Exhale back to down dog. Inhale forward. Back long and strong, plank pose. Exhaling back into down dog, and we'll do that one more time. Inhaling forward. Exhaling downward facing dog. From here, our right foot is lifting behind us. Keep pressing into the hands. This is a little bit of balance. Right foot steps to the top. Hands can stay on the chair. I'm wiggling my back foot into a warrior one stance. Option one, hands stay right here on the chair, pressing through our back foot. Option two, hands come to our right thigh. And we find support here. A focal point will help support you as well. Option three, lift the top of the head over the base of the spine. Extend the arms out or up, gazing straight forward. Sensing our divine courage, the courage of a warrior to face whatever is ahead of us. We face that fear head on. Releasing hands to the chair. Stepping our back foot up. Turning all 10 toes forward as we prepare for pyramid. So in pyramid pose, the hips tend to want to go to the long edge of the mat, but let's draw the hip crease of our front leg back. Lengthen out and exhale over the right leg. So in warrior one, our right knee is bent. In pyramid, this leg is straight and we're really stretching it out. If you need more, press into the right foot. If you need less sensation, bend your right knee. So moment to moment awareness. sense your breath, sense your body, and joy right where you're at. Pressing, one more breath. Stepping up into our right foot. Hands come to the back of the chair. Our left knee is coming onto the chair for a balancing pose. Remember, the chair is there for your support. Hands can stay on the chair or hands to the sky. Taking a breath. Having the option to stay here or to bring the left foot onto the chair. So we might not all have that accessible to us. No worries, stay with your knee on the chair. Option to take left hand to the sky or both hands to the sky here. Deep breath in and out. As we exhale, we're all bringing hands to the chair. Whether our knee is here or our foot is here, we're going to open into tree pose. So we'll really set our right foot, squeeze the muscles of our right leg. Sorry if my head's cut off. Got a different angle here today. But come into your tree pose by focusing, breathing, sense of uplift. It is an option to take hands to the sky. Really express your own beauty and grace in tree pose. Hands come back to the heart. We bring our hands to the back of the chair, turn our hips forward, step into monkey pose. Lengthening out, pressing into our feet. And we'll do that same sequence with our left foot forward. So this time our right foot steps back, and we mold our right foot into the mat. Make sure our left knee is pointing towards our left little toe. And we can shorten our stance or widen our stance. Option 1, stay here. Option 2, come to the left thigh. We'll have to work a lot more on balance. Engage a few more core muscles. Or we can lift up, crown of the head over base of the spine. Pressing through our back foot. Lifting the pelvic floor. And of course it's an option to stretch your arms out or up. Full breath. Swan dive down. Back toes are turning forward and we're stepping up, adjusting. And so we draw our left hip crease back so that our hip bones are facing the short front edge of the mat. And as we inhale, we'll lengthen out. As we exhale, we bow. And these forward folding postures are really good for helping us to go inward. The poet Rumi says, "Do you pay regular visits to yourself?" If our attention is always flowing out, not spending any time processing our own feelings and emotions. And if we don't process them, they get lodged in the body. Use this posture to create a clearing in the density of your life and the density of everything that's going on right now. Head and chest lift. We're putting the weight into our right leg. Sorry, that's left. As our right knee or foot come onto the chair. So we start by really grounding, finding a little focus. Keeping our knee on the chair, or if we're feeling inspired to bring the foot there, you can do that too. Remembering that one is not better than the other. Lift up from the left foot through the crown of the head. And as we release this balancing posture, we're going to come into another one from forward facing tree into our other variation of tree. So again, your knee could be on the chair. You might look like this. In either case, our right thigh is opening, our left shoulder is drawing back. And you can really feel that if you gently press. We open the front body. And we might notice we're swaying a little bit. Feel free to modify, finding the options that are just right. The place where we're challenged, but we can also stay for a few breaths. That's a really good way to know that you're in the right place. Not too easy, not too difficult, just right. And slowly we release this. Turning back towards the chair. Stepping our right foot back to the mat. Let's all make our way into downward facing dog. And again, we're pressing the hands into the chair. So we're creating space in our wrists and our shoulder joints. No compression there. On an in-breath, shift forward into plank. And as you exhale, back into down dog. We'll do that 2 more times. Inhale, wave forward. And exhale, press back. And one more time, inhaling forward. Long, strong back. And we press into downward facing dog. Slowly walking to the top. Bending our knees, circle sweeping to the sky. And releasing hands to the heart. Finding the back of our chair, we're going to come into a chest expansion. So we start close to the chair and really draw your shoulder blades towards each other as if you wanted to crack a walnut in between your shoulder blades. Staying here, feeling that scapular retraction, or if you'd like to find a little bit more, you can take it into a little bit more of a back bend along with the chest opener, pointing our chin to where the neck is happy. So if we're looking up and that's causing discomfort, drop the chin. Breathe into the front body. Walk back towards the chair if you've stepped away. And we'll make our way to the seat of the chair. And we're going to practice a warrior two on each side and a twist before we come into any other stretches or shavasana. So I'm going to turn my knees, walk my feet to the right, and then take my left foot. I might just let the knee fall under the hip, so I have to hold the back of the chair here. We can also open. So right toes point forward. This back leg is anywhere that our hips are opening. So maybe the knee is here. Maybe we can come here. Can we straighten our back leg? My right thigh is supported by the seat of the chair. And I extend my arms out into that strong warrior presence with focused gaze, full breath. Take a deep breath in. On an exhale, right forearm to right thigh. The left arm can reach to the sky or overhead. Sometimes I like to bring the hand to hold the back of the head. Elbow pointing up. Feels so good. Deep breath. Rising up. Bending the left knee. Let's come into a gorilla pose before we go to the other side. Pressing our knees away from each other, lengthening out through the crown of the head. Full breaths here. So often we forget about our inner thighs, not a typical movement for us in our day. So gently open. Let your awareness be like the sun. Remembering that when it shines on things, they are transformed. We'll inhale up, scoot to the right, turn our left toes forward. Our right leg could be here or stretching back behind us. And you can even scoot. So my hips really almost aren't on the chair, but my whole left thigh is. Very supportive. And we're opening our hips, pressing through our feet, lengthening through the spine, focusing our gaze. Full, deep breath here. Let's take one more. Breathe in fully, down to the belly, down to the hips. And then use your exhale to lightly rest the left forearm. Right hand can reach to the sky, overhead, or you might just want to bring the hand behind the head. The more we press into our back foot, the more spaciousness we'll feel. Rising up. Shifting our hips onto the seat and coming into seated twist. So we're going to have to be turning again. Walking to the right, sitting tall, making sure our seat, you might need to wiggle around a little bit. We're going to inhale, lift up. We could lift our arms, and as we exhale, staying tall, we turn our torso to the right and use the back of the chair as a support. Use your breath as a support. You can notice where you feel restricted in your breathing and really send the breath into those areas. One more. Through center. Over to the left. We inhale, rise up. And exhale, torso. Turning to the left. We're sitting very tall. And noticing where our rotation stops. Focusing on some deep breathing right there. Don't be afraid to really fill yourself with breath. All the areas that are restricted, just breathe into them. Returning to center. And let's go ahead and bring the hands to the heart. Take a moment to take a breath. Focusing on your divine courage, freedom, and light. Attention is energy. Place your attention on what it is you want to see, you want to feel. It's there within each and every one of us. Divine courage, freedom, and light. Bring our hands into Padma Mudra and end our practice with blooming lotus kriya. So our hands in this position, thumbs and pinkies touching, represent a lotus blossom. And the lotus blossom is very symbolic in the yogic tradition in that it teaches us about darkness and light. You may have heard the phrase, no mud, no lotus. So we have to experience a little mud, a little darkness, a little difficulty, a little discomfort. We may be feeling that right now, but know that together we're moving through it. As we inhale, we move from the murky depths to the surface to shine brightly and wash away any fears or insecurities you're having right now. Inhale, sense your divine courage, freedom, and light, and wash away everything else. We'll do that one more time. Big breath in. Hands come to rest on our thighs. And we settle in for Shavasana. We somehow lost our music. So we'll settle in for about 5 minutes. Use this as a time not to be thinking, but to be a lamp unto yourself. The light of awareness connecting us to courage, freedom, and light. light within